All right, welcome everyone. Today's session is about making or using your digital planners that you have on your phone. And we are so happy to actually be having one of our new volunteers, Ms. Sunia Khan. Sunia Khan is an incoming medical student. She enjoys community service, painting, photography, and drawing. So what's cool about Sunia is not only has she volunteered to teach this session, but she is also teaching next week. She's going to teach us photography. So Sunia is multi-talented for sure. She's going to med school and doing all these cool things. And she'll be using her digital planner herself, I'm pretty sure, with a power-packed schedule for her school. So let's welcome Sunia. Let me put the spotlight on you.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. It's so nice to be here. I'm going to be teaching about, like Zainab said, digital planning. And I'm just going to share my screen to show the PowerPoint. And there we go. Can you all see this? Yes. Okay. So creating your digital planner. We're going to start with the calendar application on the iPhone. And with the calendar application, you can record events that are coming up. So whether it's olive sessions, or you can do doctor's appointments or parties or gatherings, you can record in the calendar app. And the calendar app is right here. It's the one with the number, and it says Friday 4th, but today it would show 16th because it's the 16th, and it would say Wednesday. So you can click on that application for the calendar app. And then once you click on the calendar app, it'll show you the different dates, and you will click on the date that you want, and you will then press the button on the top right, which is the addition button. And if you want to add an event to, for example, I'm going to demonstrate how to add an olive session event, which is the watercolor scenery painting event tomorrow. So I click on the 17th, and then I click on the add button on the top right. And then I'm going to add the title of the event and the time. So you can add the title by pressing title right here and just typing in the title. And you can add the time by pressing start here and then end, and then inputting the time. So I'll show you. So you can put watercolor scenery painting because that's the session for tomorrow. And you put it where the title is. And you can also add location to events, but since this one is on Zoom, I didn't add a location. And then you can put the start time as 11 a.m. That's the start time for the event tomorrow, the session tomorrow. And then you can put the end time here at 12 p.m. And then you can also, I like to add alerts to the events because it will, instead of just, it will give you a notification that an event is coming up. So the way you add an alert is you go scroll down right here and it says alert button here. And you press the alert button on the bottom, and then you can add it 5 minutes before, 10 minutes before the event, 15 minutes before, 30 minutes before, 1 hour before, 2 hours before, 1 day before, or 2 days before. So you can add an alert, and that's really helpful. I add alerts just so that I know when, sometimes I forget when certain events are, so it's nice to have the alert there to tell you when the event is. And then if you scroll down past alerts, it'll say at the bottom notes and URL, so you can put the link for the event there, or if it's an online event. And if not, then you can write down certain notes about the event if you would like to. And to add the event to your calendar, you just click after you inputted the alert, the title, the start time, end time, you can press add at the top and it will add it to your calendar here, watercolor scenery painting right here. Next, we'll go into reminders on the iPhone. So you can set reminders. I like to set reminders for watering plants, taking medications, going on walks. So I set reminders for those things and it's really helpful. And the reminders app is right here. It's the one with the blue, red, and orange dots and then the lines next to it. And like you said, I like to set reminders for medications and then watering plants. And then if you want to add a new reminder, you click on new reminder here. And then you add the title of the reminder. I put the title of the reminder as go on a walk. And then you click on the I button right here on the right. And you select a date for the reminder, and then you select a time that you would like. So you can select a date by looking on the calendar and selecting which date you would like. And then you can select the time by putting this, pressing this button and then adding the time here. And then you can also repeat the reminder. So you can repeat it daily, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, every 3 months, every 6 months, or yearly. And if you want to repeat the reminder, you would just select one of these: daily, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, every 3 months, every 6 months, or yearly. And you can also add a location if you would like. And then it adds the reminder right here. And let's see. And then we can go into writing notes on the iPhone. So you can write notes by going to the notes application right here. And has a yellow top and then white lines on it. And you can press the icon on the bottom right to add a note. And you just press that button. And then you can write different notes, like I wrote a shopping list here, or you can write down recipes or whatever you would like to. You use the notes by just pressing this button here and then pressing into the writing down whatever notes you would like. And then I'll also teach you how to increase the size of the text on the iPhone. So you're gonna go into settings.
That her coat could lose its shine, or that the smallest changes could make the biggest impact. You did, and so did we. That's why Hills always starts with a pet's biology to anticipate their
Yeah, so how to increase the size of the text on the iPhone. You go into settings and then you go to display and brightness right here, which is this one right here with the 2 A's. And then you'll go down here to text size right there. And then you'll click the text size. And then you click this button right down on the bottom with the A and the A here, and you drag the button like this. Oops. You drag the button like that, and that will help you adjust the text. So see how on the right the text is bigger? That's because you use the button to increase the size here. So you drag your finger across the bottom circle to increase the text size. And then I also wanted to go through some useful applications. So there's Facebook Messenger. You need a Facebook account, but when you get a Facebook account, you can connect with people through their Facebook profiles, and then you can video chat, send messages, and send photos. There's also Spotify, which is you can listen to music and podcasts, and you can listen to specific songs or let the apps create songs for you. And then there's Audible. It has largest selection of audiobooks, and you can listen to the audiobooks from your phone. And then you have a 30-day free trial, then you have to pay. Does anyone have any questions? I think I went through kind of fast, but does anyone have any questions about the calendar and the reminder apps?
Would any of you want to go through one of the things that she has shared together, like setting a reminder for tomorrow? I think that would be a good one. I would love to have everyone get a reminder.
Yeah, sure.
On your calendar. Is everybody game for that? Let's do it. Yeah?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. There you go.
Yeah.
Right. So do you want a reminder, or let's see, put it on the calendar? We could do either, right?
Yeah.
So let's do the calendar, since you had it on the calendar, right? On your presentation.
Yeah, sure.
You can go back to that part and do it all together. Everyone do it together.
Sounds good. Okay, so click on the calendar app. It's, if you see my phone, it's like right here.
Does anybody in this group have a Samsung who doesn't have an iPhone? I'm sure there's a calendar app in there too. This comes by default. Am I right, Sunia? Like everyone's phone has it.
I think so. Yeah, it should be, everyone should have it.
Any questions? Raise your hands. Anyone having difficulty finding the calendar app? You are all muted, so unmute yourself. Yes, go ahead.
Is it similar then? Salam alaikum.
I don't have the iPhone.
Android?
Okay, so in your Android too, I'm pretty sure there must be an app that says calendar or something similar.
Yes.
Yes.
Is there anybody else in this group who has a Samsung and they have a calendar app?
I haven't.
Okay, and were you able to find it?
Yes.
Okay, how does that look? It looks very different than the iPhone one? Okay, okay. Go ahead, Sanya.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so you just click the calendar app here and then look for the 17th. If there's any questions, just let me know. And then you click on the 17th, which is the date you want, and then press the add button on the top right. So that everyone, if there's no questions, if there's any questions, let me know.
If you're done doing it, give a thumbs up or let us know.
Are you on which app are you in right now?
It's the calendar application. You can't find it?
I can't find it. I mean, it's not clicking in on 17 for me.
Are you in the correct month?
Yes, I am.
I mean, all you have to do is just highlight that number, basically. It won't open a new page or anything.
Correct.
Yeah, so to open the page, you press the add button on the top right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I have a question on the reminders one when you have time.
Okay.
So everybody click 17 and the add sign or the plus sign.
And then you should see a page for, I'll show you the page. You should see a page like this with title, location, start time, end time.
Yeah. Yes.
And then you can add the title of watercolor scenery painting.
You did.
Good job. All right. Anyone else who's done it?
Anyone have any questions?
I have a question.
Sure.
So you mentioned that we can add the URL. Would you have to, how would you do that? You would have to go to a place that has it and copy it?
Yeah, you can copy and paste it. Yeah. Or you can type it out yourself, but I would recommend copy and pasting it.
Okay.
Now, I would like to add something to this page, if you guys don't mind. When you go to the notes section, Sunia, make sure that they write, like, you know, the things that they need to bring, like the supply list. So once you're done with the timing, I know you're going to go over the time and stuff, but yeah.
So then you would add the start time and the end time. So start right here, it's 11 a.m. and then end is 12 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And if anyone has any questions on that, let me know.
What is the all day thing, Sunia?
Oh, you can add, so you can add an event, and if you want, if it's an all day event, like maybe someone's birthday, you can say, you can press all day.
Then you don't have to plug in a time, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see. Start time, add the end time. And then if you want to create an alert, you can press alert here and add an alert for whatever time you want, 5 minutes before, 10 minutes before, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 1 day, 2 days.
So Olivers, let's set an alert at the same time so that all of us get alerted tomorrow. Now I send you an alert usually 30 minutes before, so don't do that one, but you could do either should we do 5 minutes before or an hour before? What would you prefer?
1
Anybody?
hour.
1 hour before. Let's do it. So let's do 1 hour before, and all of us will be reminded of today's class tomorrow when we get that little alert on our phones. There you go. Now, Sunia, any idea about what the show as is? I've never seen that before. I've never noticed that before.
I'm not sure. Let me see.
How do alerts differ from alarms?
It usually the alerts don't make a sound, like alarms make sounds, or I don't, for the alarms, it will just be the certain time. It won't show the event.
Mhm.
So but for alert, it will show the event, and it'll still make a sound, but not as long as the alarm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. I think an alarm is more specific on a certain time. It's not telling you details or anything of that nature.
Okay.
And then if you want to add some notes, you can, or the URL, you can copy and paste it from the message or email or.
Oh, I have notes for the Olivers. Olivers, write down notes. I'm giving you notes. So your supply list for tomorrow is watercolor palette. So go ahead and type that. This is a practice session. It's a workshop. Let's do it. Watercolor palette, watercolor paper, masking tape,
Wait.
and paintbrushes. Were you guys able to do that?
Yes, so far.
Yeah. What are other notes that you think you could add in another appointment? For example, a doctor's appointment, like if you need to bring in your medications, that kind of items. Notes are helpful for that extra details you might want. Time. Well, time is already there, right? Time is already on the top. Yeah.
Start and end time is there, but you can also write it in the notes if that makes you comfortable too.
Maybe you have to show up 15 minutes before your appointment time.
Correct.
And you want to remind yourself about that. Yeah. So Olivers, we all present here today, you know what to bring tomorrow. Any questions about tomorrow's session since we're at this point and I don't have to bring it back again later? How many of you are planning to have all the items prepared for tomorrow?
Inshallah.
Okay, good. Now watercolors come in two forms. They come in both tubes, or you could get a palette that already has watercolors already put in the palette. So either one is fine. And there's paper pads that come for watercolor purposes. And those are good because you can use them again for other projects as well. So Michael's, Joanne's, I'm pretty sure places like Walmart also might have the items.
Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree, maybe. Again, the quality. I'm not sure about the watercolor pad. Do you have a watercolor pad there? Did you find it? That's good to know. And if you can't find the paper, regular paper is fine too. I mean, we're just practicing and learning how to do something. That's fine. All right. So everyone has their alert on? Okay.
When would you use it says add attachment.
Mm.
What is an example of using that?
Where does it say add attachment?
Above the notes.
For the URL?
Just above that, it says, underneath show as, it says add attachment.
Oh.
Oh, yours doesn't, mine does.
I'm not too sure. I mean, I think maybe you can add like, is it for like adding a photo or?
Oh, I see it. Yeah, it's adding for a document or something. I have it on my end. And when I click add attachments, it's taking me to my documents. So for example, I had like a flyer saved on my phone. Or I think I can also possibly choose something from my iCloud, like a picture or something of that nature. So when you click add attachment, it takes you to the document folder. I think it's more related to like an event flyer if you have it saved, like a PDF document.
If you have a meeting link or something like Zoom link or something, it goes there too, I think.
In the URL, that would go in the URL. URL stands for.
Would it go under attachment or URL or notes?
The URL is usually a website, right? Correct?
Yeah, usually a website for the URL. And then the attachment could be like a picture of a flyer or document.
Similar to how you have attachments in emails.
Yeah.
So if you have like a Zoom meeting invitation, where would that go? Under notes?
It would go under URL.
Okay.
If you have like a meeting ID and password and not a link, that would go under notes, yeah. But if you just have a straight up link to something, yeah, it would go in the URL.
You set up a meeting, you copy link, and you just copy it here.
Yeah, copy and paste. And then once you're done, you just press add and it'll add the event to your calendar. Right, like right here.
Yay! How many of you just had an aha moment? Like, what? I discovered something. Yay.
We did it.
You did it. Yeah. And usually we think calendars are just for, doctor's appointments or classes, even if like, for example, you are going out to meet a friend for lunch, why not like make a little invite or a reminder for yourself? And sometimes, you schedule something 2 months in advance, right? Or you get a wedding invitation a month in advance and you want to make sure you remind yourself of the location. You can plug in, what hotel, the address, and then in case you lose the invitation, you still have all that information in your calendar, right? How many of you could totally use that? Or if it's an event 2 months, 5 months, or a vacation planned, I think the start and end time, you can choose even multiple days if you don't want to do it, if I'm right, Sanya? I think you can choose it from like, I don't know, July 1st to July 15th.
Right.
So Sanya, what is the start date of your medical school? I'm curious. Is it already on your calendar?
Yeah, I put it on my calendar.
What is it? Sorry, I didn't hear.
August 4th.
August 4th. Awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. So should we go on to a reminder?
Yeah.
Yes, let's do it.
So reminders, it has a blue, red, and orange dots and 3 lines. That's what the app should look like.
Those who have Samsung or Android phones, please share if you have an app of a similar kind? Any of our Android Olivers?
How do we?
I
have
just
it?
went, I cannot find anything saying reminder on my phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they are from A to Z, you know, and there's nothing like reminder.
Okay. Reminder.
Sitting on.
I think you might have something called a to-do list. Do you have something like that on your
No.
Androids?
No.
Okay. Or it is, I think you will do what we just did, the calendar and a reminder. But go ahead, Sunia. I think the ones who have found the app, we can
Sure.
Sure.
So you press new reminder at the bottom.
What should we do, everyone? How about drinking water? We forget to drink water in the summer.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
important.
let's set a reminder for everyone. Or Rubina Auntie, do you want to do a walk one?
I did the walk one.
Okay, so let's do the water one. Okay, so let's do a reminder for water. Go ahead, Sanya.
Yeah, so you press new reminder and then type in what you wanted for the reminder. So
Drink water.
drink water.
All right.
You know, my question is, I have more than one account, and two of them are activated for reminders, but the others are not. So I just went into settings, and I want to see how to like activate the reminders on an email address.
You mean like a notification, correct?
Yeah, because it doesn't give me the reminder.
Yes.
It's not
So-
coming in as part of my list.
So you're doing that right. So for example, some people have, the WhatsApp app, right? And they don't want to constantly get alerts, right? Like every time there's a text, something being notified, they don't want to be constantly disturbed. So you can turn notifications on and off. So you're correct. You go to the settings and then you go to WhatsApp or whatever app you're talking about. And once you click it, there's different options. So if you say turn on notifications or turn off notifications, then it will allow you to, choose that option like you're saying. So I usually when we download an app, usually it will ask you, do you want notifications? So choose wisely. You don't want to be constantly alerted for every single thing. Like if you have a news app, for example, they will alert you the moment, a leaf moves around the world. I don't know. You don't want to be constantly reminded of news, right? So it's up to you. It's a personal preference. So if there's certain things you want to be constantly alerted with, yes, you turn on notifications or you turn it off. Okay. Does that make sense, Rubina Auntie?
Yes, but I think what I'm trying to do is how to in settings, when
Yes.
I go to one of my, to my Gmail account, and I look at it, and it does not give me the option. It gives me only the options of mail, that's green,
Okay.
contacts, which is right now gray, calendars, and notes. But I want to have the option of being able to add reminders or does that not matter because they only come from the?
So what you are doing is you have to have a Gmail app. So I have a Gmail app separate from the mail app that you have downloaded. So I would go to the App Store, download your Gmail app, and that's what I have on my phone on my end. And when I click on it in the settings section, I have the option to turn notifications on and off. So if I do that, then
Oh,
anytime
okay.
I get an email,
Maybe the notifications are off or something.
well, you need a Gmail app
Well, I
specific
have
for Gmail.
Gmail, so I must have an. Is it different than an app? Oh, it's
It is
different.
different. It is different than the mail app. The mail app has multiple. So my mail app is connected to my Hotmail, to my Olive email, to my, you know,
Right,
multiple.
Okay.
So I have a specific one for my Gmail, and
Oh.
that allows you to have notifications on and off.
Okay, so
Mhm.
it's from the app. It's not from the.
Mm-hmm.
And calendar is an app, not an email.
Yes, so calendar is a default app almost everybody will have on their iPhone or on their Android. I think everyone pretty much has it.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
So then once you put a title, you can click on the I button on the right, and you can input the date and time, or if you want to repeat it, you can click repeat, and you can do.
You want water every day, guys.
Yeah, daily. You
Every
press
hour, drink water.
And you can also customize it here at the bottom too, if you would like, if none of the options fit what you were talking about.
Yeah, you could probably be reminded every few hours about water.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who have pets or those of you who have plants, those are other great reminders. Water the plants, you know, great one to have.
My reminder was 5 p.m. Give a treat to Suha.
Oh, there you go.
That was the actual reminder I put because I keep on forgetting.
And those of the Olivers who don't know who Suha is, would you like to mention?
Oh, so many of Suha is our German Shepherd. A very nice, very nice dog. Very nice
how
dog.
cute.
Now you're gonna make me find Suha's picture. I don't know if you can see my. Can you see my phone?
Let me see. Hang on.
She's my cover picture.
Oh, a little bit, yeah.
Do you see her? I don't.
A little bit.
A little bit, yes.
She's my. I don't know how to find it to send it to you.
All right.
But she's beautiful.
So that's another great reason for people to have pets, is right? You have to take them out for a walk, or reminding yourself that you are a caregiver for someone, and you know, keeps you alert, and you have like a companion there. There you go.
Yeah.
So any other reminders people set that they would like to share or would like to set in the future? Nothing?
Under a family, if you haven't heard from them for a week or so.
Right. Check on family, yeah. Making sure you have a monthly, weekly check-in. That's a good one. Great. And you know, again, these are great things. You know how sometimes as we age, you know, we are bombarded with so many things that we have to do in a day. it can get overwhelming. So reminders are a great way to, you know, again, your phone can be a friend and can help you remind you, you know.
Yeah.
Back in the day, people would write it down on their calendar, you know, paper and pen, but this is another great way to get alerted and not forget things.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I use mine all the time.
Right? What other
Mhm.
reminders do you usually use for it? Anything worth sharing with the group?
When my daughter flies in or flies out, I
Mm,
set reminders in the calendar, and I always have multiples. I usually set a reminder on Sunday for what I have to do the week ahead.
great idea. Great idea.
Yeah. The day before, I set another reminder. The morning of Fajr, so that I know what I have to do that day.
That's right.
Great.
I try, as you know, and it's terrible when I don't remember, because I literally don't remember then.
It happens to all of us. No
Yeah.
worries. You're not alone.
And I find I have to say it out loud. If I say it out loud to someone else, it
Uh-huh.
helps
Right?
with remembering.
Right? And you know, especially in our family, because we have like literally 4 calendars. I'm responsible for the calendars of 2 children. We have a family calendar, right? So we would have to put in alerts for, you know, somebody's sports event, for example. Like I have to do the pickup and drop off. You know, those kind of family reminders are also helpful. So calendars are a lifesaver for us.
Definitely.
And I think when you have the iCloud or Family Cloud, I think you can merge everyone's calendar. So if I plug in something in my calendar, my kids can see it too. So it sometimes works really well that way too, because you know, if my kids are like, you didn't tell us we have to go to a wedding this weekend, well, I'm like, it's on the calendar. I'm gonna get away with it. So it happened. It's helpful. So
What is a small circle with the dots up at the top right?
mm,
You click on that, it has different things, but I'm not really sure what they're for.
okay.
Let me check my phone. It looks like it says name and appearance. So
What would that be?
so you can change the colors if you want red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple.
Oh,
And it changes the colors of the reminders. And then share list. You can share the list with another person.
mm-hmm.
And select reminders.
So share lists, as in you have a grocery list you want to share with your child or your spouse. Hey, when you go to Costco, this is the list. Here you go.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the list. I never thought about the list. That's pretty cool.
And then you can show completed reminders. It looks like.
Another reminder I can think of is like if you have payments, you know, the first of the month, if you want to pay your bills or rent or mortgage or whatever, the insurance plans, you don't want to forget. That's a good one to have on the first of the month, every month. All right. Is it okay to move on, Oliver's?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So the next one is writing notes on iPhone. So you go to your notes application. It's one with yellow at the top and 2 lines. And then you would press the icon on the bottom right. It's looks like a notepad and pencil, and you just click that to add a note. And then you can write notes about anything again, like shopping lists or recipes, or what else have I done? I've done volunteering reminders, and
Or if you're in a class, like if you're in a, I don't know, any class at the mosque or at a community center, or you're attending a speaker's, session, and you want to just quickly jot down some quick notes, great place to, again.
true, yeah.
And I think the 3 dots allow you to share it, right, with people
Yeah,
again?
let's check. Yeah, you can share it, send a copy.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes what I use the notes for is, suppose I have to send a nice long iMessage or message to somebody, and I just want to think about it right now and send it, maybe somebody's birthday, right? And I want to write them something very nice, long, heartfelt message, maybe 2 days before, because I have the time and I'm in the mood to write something down.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll put it in my notes, and when the time comes, I'll copy and paste it in the message, and then it's gone. So you can do that also.
Where is the share? I'm in notes.
Share is, you press the 3 dots at the top.
I don't see the 3 dots at the top. I have lots of notes. I'm opening a new note, right?
Should be next to the done button at the top.
Just arrow with the notes and the done. I don't see the 3 buttons, 3 dots.
It's in the top. Do you see anything in the top?
Right side.
No, I just see the notes with an arrow and the done.
Okay, so click done, and then go back to the note again, and then see if the 3 dots appear then, maybe.
I'm going to a note I have already.
Okay.
And it has a trash. Oh, it has an up arrow.
Okay.
Maybe, the one like sharing file.
Mm-hmm.
That's like texting or something, emailing or something, but that's not the 3 dots.
Okay, but is it allowing you to share it as a message to someone?
Yeah, the little square with an arrow, then it gives me the office message, text, and the email and everything.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So everyone has also, I mean, I don't know, fortunately, unfortunately, people have different versions of the iOS software. So yeah, it might look different on some screens.
So I think that's what it is, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love the note section. Sometimes, I'll be somewhere, I'll hear something very helpful that I may not need now to know, but maybe next time. I don't know if it's a good thing or not, but I have shared some of my, how you have to make passwords to 500 websites for whatever account? I have one for that too.
Yeah, I've done that before too.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that?
No, so I just saved, like I made one of my note pages is specifically for passwords. And then what I do is I will not exactly put my whole password, but I'll put a clue for myself. Suppose it's my child's name or something and their birth date, right? So I'll write my child's name and birth date. I won't write it exactly, but I'll put a clue to myself. what it is, you know?
So each one is a note, each password is a note by itself.
No, it's an ongoing note that I add to. So the title of my note is password.
You know, I had that,
Mhm.
and I was told that I should separate them and not them, because this was one long list, and then I was finding hard to find them in that long list.
Oh, then you must have had a really long list. Yeah.
Because that's one of my best career goals this year, is to learn to manage my passwords better.
Right, right.
And that's why I've really been challenged between whether it's hard copy or whether it's in the notes. And
yes. And it's a good idea to share it with somebody you trust, if it's a spouse or a child, because, you know, God forbid, you know, sometimes one person knows all the insurance, even the account numbers, right? Like your car insurance, home insurance.
Correct.
The other person has no clue. But it's always good to like maybe make it a habit every like January, like one of your New Year's goals is being up to date with each other's accounts and sharing that information, just in case. And it has to be someone you trust, obviously, but it's really helpful because now with online banking, nobody gets any mail or, you know, bills in the mail as much as we used to. Everything's like an email now, and it goes to the person who's affiliated with the account. So I think if anything we get out of today's session is this is the best way to, you know, not only set reminders for yourself, but share information with a trusted person, because we've talked about this in the past that, you know, there was a lady whose spouse passed away and she had no idea because she never shared, her husband didn't share anything with her, not on purpose, but, you know, just they never thought about it. And she was lost. She had no idea. She had never done bills and things like that. So
also, as a footnote, you have to, the primary person has to give permission to the secondary person, and that has to be done at the time that they're living.
Oh, wow.
So like I wasn't able to find out information about a certain bill. So we went and made sure I had permission for all of the bills to have information about them. So you really do have to do that.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
All right. So let's quickly let's see if we have enough time. Would you all be interested to increase the size of your font and not have to use reading glasses for those of you who are reading? Do you want to, let's do it together. Let's do it.
Zainab, I have a question. I don't have the notes thing in mine. I went on the setting. There is no notes app in my phone. Is it in the calendar or is it just separate?
Sister Hakika, do you have one? You have the Android, right?
Yes, you have to download it.
You have to download.
You have to go to, you have to add it as an app. And I have that on mine. Thanks a lot for the sharing. I wasn't aware that I was able to share my notes, so thanks.
Okay, that's good. We all learned something new.
Yes, thanks.
So you go to Play Store to download it.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Sanya.
Yeah, so for increasing the size of the text on your phone, you can go to settings. It's the gray button with the little circles around it.
Can you show it with your mouse?
Yeah, let me see. Right here.
Correct.
All right.
And then when you're in settings, you can go to display and brightness, which is right here.
All right.
And then you can click on text size when you're in displays and brightness.
I don't have the screen.
And then you just drag your finger across the bottom to increase the size.
Anybody see how their text size increased?
Yes.
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 How does, now that's cool. Now text somebody you know, say, I love you, or I miss you. And let's see if they respond. While we're at it, let's do it. You know, once one of my technology sessions, when we did it in person, I was teaching everyone, you know, the cool acronyms these days they use. And I had all the Olivers send it to their, like ILYSM, right? I love you so much.
Oh.
And their children were really surprised that they knew it. So
that's so cute.
Yeah. So what's the new, the acronym you use the most, Sunia?
What's the acronym? Probably LOL.
LOL. Okay.
For
That
the
could stand
longest
for,
time, I didn't know what that meant.
yeah, it could stand for lots of love too.
Yeah.
I guess.
Oliver's, what are some acronyms that you have used?
I've used TTYL. My cousin uses that a lot on the East Coast. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Yes.
Talk to you later.
What about BRB?
Be right back. Yeah.
Be right back.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Interesting. Very
And
interesting.
ILYSM. And
Guess you
does it,
have to establish them and then agree on, have a glossary or something.
well, I would like to say you should use it with your grandkids and impress them. They'll be surprised. They'll be like, what? Grandma, it's so cool.
Yep.
You
And
can
then-
Google acronyms and
Yes.
it'll come up and give you
True.
several.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yes.
SMS, shaking my head.
Oh, there you go. Or YOLO. Or YOLO, right? You only live once. There you go. So any of you have gotten to witness their text in large size?
Inside of text messaging, you just enlarge it with your two fingers and it will stay enlarged for future reference. And that's how I enlarge mine. So I don't use my glasses when I read text messages.
Okay, very good.
Good.
All right. So we are at time, actually slightly a little bit over, but Sunia, thank you so much for your time today. I hope you enjoyed our Olivers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So next week is Sunia is back teaching us photography. Let me stop sharing your screen so that we can see you again.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it'll be great. And what are you going to be teaching us, Sunia?
When are you gonna teach Instagram for business?
Oh, Instagram for business. Okay. Okay. Tell me requests. I have gotten a request about LinkedIn and Facebook. Any other requests? Instagram?
For business, yes.
For business. Wow. And what about WhatsApp? Do you all know a lot of features on WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's really some cool ones that I think would be helpful, especially, you know, when you're looking for a picture that somebody sent you like 3 months ago and you're like, where is that picture? I need that picture.
Yeah.
You know, or a document. For suppose somebody said shared like a flyer again and you can't find it. There's shortcuts how you can find those things. So
that'd be
WhatsApp,
good to know.
yeah, WhatsApp would be a cool one, I think. And then anything else that comes to your mind in terms of apps? Okay. Now, so Sunia is not only just showing us how to take pictures, how to edit them, how to take good pictures of people, places, and things using your phones, because these phones, you guys are really lucky. They're really good quality cameras in here. Back in the day when cell phones came out, the quality wasn't that great. So now you can take a lot of good pictures, but now you have too many pictures, correct?
Right. Need to organize them.
You need to organize them. So Sunia, if you have time, I don't know, you probably prepared your PowerPoint, maybe mention what are some good ways like Google Photos or iCloud, ways to organize pictures or make folders or albums. I think that would be a nice way. Anything else before we end today's session? What's happening tomorrow? You said the reminder. Yes. Can anyone mention the supply list?
Watercolor, 3 different size of brushes.
Very good.
Have a good session tomorrow.
Brown brushes.
Yes.
Brushes and tapes.
Yes, and masking tape and watercolor paper if you can get one. Tomorrow's volunteer is somebody who is a part of our Oliver Storytime program. She's one of the volunteers from there, very talented young artist. So just like Sunia, you know, I'm so happy to have our young volunteers step up and lead a session. So if you know somebody who would like to do that, like Sister Hakika, her grandson is going to be teaching a session on solar energy next month. We have Sister Hakika, by the way, we have a self-defense workshop happening at the end of this month on your request. So all these great sessions happening, don't miss them. Sister Mumtaz, I need to see you more often. Okay, I know you're fixing your garage, but you know, 11 to 12 is olive time. Set that reminder, everyone. You know how to do it now. That's right.
That's true. Really
okay.
True.
Okay, well, we'll see you tomorrow for a watercolor session. Until then, take care. Have a great rest of the day, okay?
Thank you.
Olive Community Services is a 501c3 nonprofit organization based in Southern California that provides culturally appropriate services to seniors, their family, and the community. Through its physical and virtual interactive programs, Olive engages participants in a variety of ways that promotes health and well-being. To learn more about Olive Community Services, to get involved, or to make a donation, please visit www.olivecs.org or email info@olivecs.org. Be a change maker, and together, let's live, learn, and thrive.